Welcome to another episode of the Fabric of Ireland podcast. I'm your host, Caroline, and it's great to be back in the new year. I hope everyone's settling in and looking forward to an amazing, prosperous year full of great opportunities. So I'm excited to have another episode, and today I have a special guest with me here. I have Serafima. She is a certified business and executive coach and tax advisor with over 10 years experience. She partners with her clients to blend spiritual awareness, behavioral change, and smart strategies to create lasting results. So I'm keen to know more about her work and how she's helping a lot of women actually to gain their financial power and live with clarity, confidence, and choice. So welcome, Serafima.
Thank you so much, Caroline. It's such an honor to be here, to be part of your podcast. I'm very excited.
Thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. And it's amazing to kind of have this time to just explore what you do. I'm so interested to know more about it. And even with my background, merging with your background, I think we'll have an amazing conversation. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you. I feel very, very excited and I can't wait to start.
Perfect. So I think I'll start with just talking about your background and your upbringing. So would you like to talk me through what your upbringing was like and how did that shape your identity?
So I was born in Latvia, which at the time was part of the Soviet Union. And I was born literally a few years before the biggest financial collapse in the history of the country where I was born. So it's just setting the scene, you know?
Yeah.
So in 1990, like 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed.
Yes.
And almost like half of the nation lost the jobs.
Okay.
It was really tough. And I saw, like I was big enough. I started school at that time. And I remember wearing the uniform, the Soviet Union uniform, the first year, and then the next year I didn't have to do it, you know. So because like the collapse of the Soviet Union, there was like regime was gone.
Okay.
And I still remember having like the tickets, you know, we had little kind of stamps. You literally couldn't buy stuff that you want. There was like portions that you could buy, and depending on how many children the family has, you get tickets, you know, for the sugar, for the bread. It was really tough. And I also remember that we had like change of currency, like overnight. Overnight, people lost so much money. And I clearly remember the pressures, and I was like big enough to remember it. So it was tough. And I saw my mother losing one job after another, after another. So that was tough. And I realized one big truth.
Yes.
If you are dependent on somebody putting food on your table, you're screwed. That's it. This is it. Like that's where I learned you need to be independent and self-sufficient. And I was about like 10, I don't know, maybe whatever, you know, even less. Yeah. Because I saw my mother making choices, which were not maybe the best choices. And we went from bad to worse. And I learned that you constantly need to work hard and you need to be dependent on yourself. Because there was a moment where we had to come back to her apartment after her separating from the abusive relationships that she was in. And we came back to our apartment in the middle of winter. Yeah. And there was no heating. And it's like minus 20 type of winter. It's not like an island, nice and fresh, you know. It's literally like cold. And there was nothing. Because the apartment was rented and the people who left, they just took everything with them. Like literally had nothing. It was like rock bottom for my mother. Yeah. And I was big enough to remember it again. So I learned myself at that time, you need to be able to provide for yourself. You need to be independent and you need to rely on yourself. That's my upbringing. In a snapshot. Like I could go on and on about it, but this is the gist of it. It's just 10, about 10. I was about 10, 11. That's it.
Yeah, that is hard hitting. And I can, like when you're speaking, I can imagine the cold weather, when it's cold and dark and
ice
gray
on the windows.
Oh, goodness. And just stepping into that kind of environment. And as a child as well, that must have been very difficult to absorb all that and see the pain that probably your mother was going through, even though she was making difficult, like bad decisions or, challenging decisions. I can't imagine, having to go through that as a child. Like,
it's okay because I didn't know any different. I thought, okay, this is it. That's how it works.
Yes.
It's now looking back.
Of course.
I'm kind of thinking, oh my God, But at the time, it was like, okay, it's tough. I'm not sure if other kids having the same experience, but this is what I have in front of me, and I need to adapt.
Okay.
I learned huge adaptation skills. You come into a new environment, you search, you look around, and you adapt to it.
Yes.
And you find your ways out, around, in, it's a skill you learn through experience. It's nothing that you can read in a book.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's like a survival skill, if you want to call it that
skill.
way.
You like baptism of fire. So I suppose following from that, there was obviously financial hardship for you growing up, and that scarcity, uncertainty, and lack. So you talk about how it, dimmed your spirit. So can you talk me through how that felt like and how it's shifted your approach to life? I know you've said, you've built that survival, adapt, methodology, and what else has it kind of shaped in terms of how you see life now, and even how it dimmed your spirit? I'd love to hear more about what that did, even if it's reflective as well.
I had really tough time in school.
Okay.
I was bullied big time.
Oh no.
Yeah, because it was really tough. But I didn't know any different, it kind of made me resilient as well.
Okay.
Because I knew that, this is it. People are cruel.
Oh no.
The children around me are cruel. But I knew that I need to go to that school. I need to finish that school so that I can get an education. I can have an access to education so that I can break this pattern, that I don't stay in that level of financial, whatever you want to call it, of that financial level. I wanted to grow. I had ambitions.
Okay.
And despite all of the toughness around my life, I knew that I need to just keep at it, go to school, be as good as I can, learn languages, and just advance as much as possible. I also was looking for opportunities to earn money.
Okay.
At 12 or something like 13, I was already earning money. Over the summer, we were helping farmers, to cut the grass, whatever, and we were helping collecting all the vegetables, and we were making money. It was so much fun. I'm looking back at my childhood, and I don't see it as like a horrible, dark place. I see it as a place full of adventure, full of opportunities, and I had jobs, summer jobs. I was earning money to buy books for myself for the start of the school, and I had my first official job when I was 16.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, I paid tax. I am literally paying tax since I am 16. I'm earning money officially into a bank account. Actually, maybe they were giving me cash in hand, but paying. No, because I didn't have a bank account.
Yeah.
They were just giving me 20, whatever, equivalent of 20 euro. And I learned that actually I need to keep some for myself. And this is actually a very good example of paying yourself first. There is that philosophy of Robert Kiyosaki. You pay yourself first.
Okay.
So I was making $20, whatever, bucks, euro, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And my mom would take 15. Because, we have to pay for the food. I was cleaning the yard.
Okay.
Whatever the name of that job is, I can't remember. But literally in summer, I just had to sweep the floor, and in winter, clean the snow, a lot of snow, just like shuffling that snow. And I was making 20 euro, let's say, and I was giving my mom 15 and keeping to myself 5, because I was like, I need to pay myself first, because we were allocating that 15 euro to buy whatever food, whatever was needed, because I had to help my mother.
Yeah.
And I was also working in our own farm.
Okay.
We had like a farm, and I know how to milk a goat.
Okay.
Yes, that's a hidden gem skill. I have a goat, not a cow. A cow was harder because I was like 14 or 13 at the time.
Okay.
It was hard for a child.
Yeah.
But the goat was fine. Goat is small. And we had eggs from the chickens, and it was fun. I'm looking back and I'm like, actually had very fun childhood despite all the adverse experiences I had. But that made me a stronger person.
I can relate. I mean, it's interesting, even the things you're saying, that it would be, let me not say it's typical of an African childhood. It's not at all. But there's some similarities there where you think these worlds are so far apart. But actually, we're doing all the same things in just different parts of the sea parts of the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad, you were able to look at how it made you resilient and actually become driven. I think it sounds like you were driven to just push for your goals and push past the barriers so that you could see another life for yourself or envision another life for yourself. So it's an amazing sort of, I would say, testimony really that, how you started is not how you will end up in life. And you really push through difficult situations, which is commendable. So
thank you.
I suppose now when you do see that, okay, you were able to come out of, let me say financial hardship for lack of a better word, but financial difficulties. Would you say that abundance in itself and prosperity, let me put it that way, is it a mindset that's shaped by perspective and gratitude, or is it about the resources that you have and, it's influenced by the reality that, my bank account is what makes me live an abundant life, or I have this much money and that's where it's tied to, or is it more in the mind and in your perspective and how you feel grateful or see things in life?
It's a beautiful question. And I really like the angle that you're taking on it. Because I think, and it seems to me, maybe other people have different experience, but abundance is not all about money.
Okay.
And it's completely up to mindset. Of course, we cannot dismiss the circumstances and surrounding and the ecosystems.
Yes.
But the mindset is almost like whatever, you can say 80% of it.
Yeah.
Because you wake up in the morning and if two people in the same room wake up but with the different mindsets.
Yeah.
One person will see the wonderful, whatever happens outside, and they will see, oh, it's not raining, it's sunny, the birds are singing. And the second person will look out through the same window and they're like, oh, the road is crap. Oh my God, this car is parked just in front of my gate. Yes. And they are seeing the same view from the window, but the mindset is different.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So abundance is, first of all about mindset.
Yes.
It's you see things, but abundance is not just money. It's your health, it's your mental health, the physical health, it's the friendships you have.
Yeah.
It's all of it is abundance. And you can say, I'm abundant when you have the balance.
Okay.
What good does it make you if you have all this money, but you're unhealthy? If you are anxious, if you don't have mental health, you're anxious. You wake up in the morning and you're not happy already. But you have, 1 million in your bank account, 1 million euro, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're anxious. Are you abundant? No. Say you have, again, that same million in your bank account, but you wake up and you're sick. You're sick, your body is not nurtured, your body is not looked after, you're just not looking after yourself, or you have pain in your body.
Yeah.
Because you just after partying all night and you wake up and you just hate your life. Can you be abundant? No. Or an example of somebody who is working 20 hours a day and they have wife and kids at home and they don't have time. I think abundance is a combination. It's a balance of all of the things. And it's totally mindset, because one person will have 1 million euro and they will think they're poor. I'm telling you, I have a lot of people who are about to have 1 million, or they already have 1 million in their bank account.
Yeah.
They're not happy. They're not happy.
Really?
At one of the parties, I was at one of the networking events, you can call it a party.
Okay.
And I was just talking to a guy and he comes to me and says, oh, you know what? This guy is very filthy rich. He's a millionaire. And he was there silently standing. And then we kept talking. And I said that, you know what? I have 3 beautiful children. I'm really happy. And I'm also rich. Because I have loving relationships and I have these wonderful children. And I work within the job that gives me joy. I think I am rich.
Yeah.
And this guy turns around and says, you know what? You're richer than I am because I just have money. I don't have family. I don't have loving relationships. I have no children. I just have money. You are richer than I am.
That is a hard reality to take in, honestly. But like, I guess I'm thinking, how does it end up like that? That, you know, you will have $1 million, but you're not happy. Is it the choices that you've made? Like, or was that your destiny? Was that how life was meant to be for certain people? And for certain people, we all have our life mapped out. I mean, when you were talking, I think of this verse in the Bible as well that says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Mm-hmm. So not just saying they've lost their soul, but, you know, the things of the world, do they really satisfy the heart? And is that really what people need? Is it cash money that's in the bank account that's going to bring that joy and that inner peace? And then, like you talk about health as well, and mindset and anxiety and things that affect people. So it's like, what leads to that, or how does it get to that point?
It's a very good question. And evidence suggests that the people who are unhappy, when they have all of this money, when they invested all of their time, like they set an objective to get the money.
Yeah.
And they lost themselves on their way.
Okay.
Because they didn't have a balance.
Yeah.
They lost the balance.
Okay.
And they set a goal, but they forgot all of the other elements
of life, yeah.
The sacrifices they need to make.
True.
And they just get lost in that because they think, okay, I need to sign just another deal. I just want to pay off my mortgage. And after I pay off my mortgage, but maybe 5 years have gone.
Yeah.
And maybe relationships with their, spouses became distant and cold, and they just don't see it. And then they're just so deep in it that they're just losing themselves. I had one client who had 3 cars, a big mansion, absolutely like throwing money at everything. And then when he lost his job, he had to sell off the cars, sell the house. They lost everything. I met him in Georgia in a park. Like he had nothing, no job, no nothing. And my question is, after making $10,000 a month, how do you end up with nothing? How? And the answer is that you incorrectly allocated your money.
Oh, wow.
When you have it, allocate it.
Is that right?
Think for the future. What will happen around the corner? Why do you need 3 cars? How do you drive 3 cars? Like you can only drive 1 car at a time. What's the purpose of 3 cars?
Yeah.
If you have your wife and 1 kid, what's the purpose of 10-bedroom house? What is the purpose of that house? The question is, how do you allocate your money correctly when you have it?
Amen.
So that your future looks bright for you.
Okay.
And it's the awareness you need to have in the moment, because the way, and it's not somebody's fault, it's the way the world is structured. We are in consumption era.
Yeah.
We are defined by our possessions.
Yes.
And it needs to change. This needs to change big time. Why do you need 50 pairs of shoes? You only have 2 feet. Why? Fair enough, you have 3, whatever, 10, but 50, We are over-consuming. We're buying too much stuff that you don't use. And it's very evident to me now because I moved from one country to another, and now I have like all of this stuff, and now we're moving again.
Yeah.
And I'm not consuming. I'm not into that crazy consumption. But even I have too much stuff. I'm like, when am I going to use this? And it's just the way our world is kind of structured. We are defined by our possessions. And that's the problem.
It is sad that it's come to that because...
But once somebody realizes that, they can change their behavior. Once they see that, they can change.
Yeah.
And I believe that every single day gives us a new opportunity.
To change, yeah.
To change. Just small twist every single day leads a very, very long way.
True. Wow, that's so powerful. I just love everything you're saying. And even with some of the teachings that I'm learning from like my mentors and like my spiritual life and all of that, I'm so glad because like she's even teaching about money allocation. You need different accounts. You need different provisions and just things like that where, sometimes even in maybe church settings, people don't want to talk about these things, but you actually need all those lessons. And as well as there's actually a model, I don't remember the name, but it's the 9 boxes of life. So if you focus on one box, then all the other boxes are not being attended to. So if it's just family, then obviously you're not focusing on your career, on your relationships, or just different aspects of life where there's buckets that you need to fill in each area so that you can be a balanced person.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Abundance is the balance of the 9 buckets, of the 7 buckets, of 5 buckets.
Yeah.
You identify what are your biggest values.
Exactly.
And then you allocate your time and resources evenly.
Yeah.
So that you're balanced and abundant and happy and joyful.
Exactly.
We forgot how to have fun and joy,
Yeah.
Like we don't spend time enjoying life anymore. We're so worried about what will people think, am I losing now money by watching TV? Should I be doing something? Should I be working? It's too much. It's too many pressures on people at the moment. There are so
many pressures. Yeah, even sometimes when I feel terrible when I'm not even being present with my daughter. I'm like, but I'm thinking about something I need to be doing. What admin do I need to do? What paperwork do I need to renew? This and this and that. So life has just gotten so complicated as well. And it's, important to just go back and reflect on that balance. And like you're saying, that abundance, because that's where your enrichment comes from. And, that's if you like sow your seeds there, you'll harvest them in other areas where, when you see your kids grow up and do good things and, live their own life as well. So, yeah.
And for that one, I actually also teach my clients, maybe it's too strong word, but since I'm a mentor, maybe I'm teaching. For that one, I also have a little bit kind of exercise, if you want to call it that way.
Yeah.
So you kind of take your time, and everyone has 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
Right? And for being healthy, mentally healthy and physically healthy, we need to sleep, say 8 hours. For female, it's 8. For men, maybe 7, because they don't have the same hormones as we do. So you sleep 8 hours. So you still have 16 hours. You allocate 8 hours for work.
Mm-hmm.
And then when these hours for work are done, this is your 8 hours to live your life.
Okay.
You allocate 8 hours a day to live your life. And then you allocate it for things that make you happy, like going to a park alone.
Yeah.
Enjoying your life. Your life is about you. It's you who's living your life. Then you allocate time for your children. And children don't need 10 hours of your time.
No,
they need quality time. If you give them 2 hours, 1 hour of a quality time.
Yeah.
When you look at them, when you draw with them, when you do something with them, and when your attention is not divided.
Yes.
They will be happy.
Yeah.
1 hour, absolutely amazing. Kids don't get an hour a day of undivided time. If you try that, then you still have 1 hour for a walk, 1 hour for a child. You still have another 6 hours to live your life. And if you don't have to commute, if we're privileged enough to work from home, it's 6 hours every day.
Yeah.
How do you allocate that time?
Abundance mindset. It looks like 6 hours. I mean, it looks like 24 hours. When you don't think about it with that abundance, it feels like it's too little. Yeah. But you've just broken it down into a way you can
allocate it.
Yeah, allocate it.
And you need to be mindful and aware. How do you spend that time? It's no problem to watch your TV, like if you watch it 1 hour.
Yeah.
But if you're watching 3 hours a day, if you're scrolling another 2 hours a day, there's your time gone.
Gone.
And you put pressure on yourself that you haven't spent quality time with your child, but you have spent time scrolling, like watching TV series, or maybe, I don't know, talking on the phone with somebody. And there's your time gone. There is your abundance gone.
Abundance gone. Yeah, depleting yourself.
You didn't recharge because you didn't switch off. You didn't go to a park. You didn't do your hobby. You didn't do what was important to you. Because it's very important to remember, we are here to have a joyful life. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to pay for some kind of sins. We are here to enjoy.
Yeah.
And to pass wisdom, to acquire wisdom and to pass it to the next generation. That's what we need to do.
Oh, wow. Lots of wisdom there. So hopefully, some of our viewers are gaining some good gems.
Hopefully.
So I want to move on to just some of your clients and some of the experiences. I know you've mentioned some of them just briefly, mainly focusing on women. So, high-achieving woman, juggling a lot of things. At least we know about the time allocation now. But yeah, what led you on this path, and what's your experience as it pertains to women and the mental load that they carry? Do you think women are overwhelmed in general?
First of all, everyone is overwhelmed nowadays. In the age of technology, in so many distractions, there's like our time is just stolen from us silently. We don't see it.
Yes.
But like all the pop-ups on your screen, you're thinking, I'll just check another email. I'll just answer that call. Okay, that's outside of my working hours, but I really want to keep that client happy. So I'll just pick this up quickly. And this is how our time is stolen from us. And people are overwhelmed, not only women, men as well. They have different type of pressures. So they like, I can't even imagine what's the word like for them, because they have this extra layer of complexity that they need to provide for their families.
Yes.
Whereas we can rest on them, we can rely on them, whereas like they are like in a different kettle of whatever. That's a different story with them. But for us, for women, we are definitely overwhelmed. There's so much. And like women, like you asking how, like what led me to the path.
Yeah.
And I think the best answer to this is that people started to come to me for advice, for wisdom. Like I wasn't searching for it. It found me, you know?
Yeah,
and yes, I am qualified as a life coach, a business and executive coach for about a year now. But long before that, I was coaching my friends, my family members. People randomly ask me for advice. So somehow they see answers in me. And for the last year, I've been working with women who are business owners.
Okay.
Somehow employees are not coming to me, mainly business women coming to me. And they come to me and they say, most of them, I need to grow my business.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'm a business coach. I have financial background, tax background. And I'm like, okay, let's do this, you know? And we sit down and they start talking about their dysfunctional relationships. Yes. They come to me. I'm telling you, they come to me and say, fix my business. Oh, by the way, you know what? Look, because my first question is when somebody comes to me and they like, fix my business, the first question I go, okay, let's step back.
Yes. Okay.
And let's see how you allocate your energy. Where do you spend your energy?
And that's probably not on the business.
It's not on the business. It's convincing their second significant half that what they do is important to them, that they kind of find it's their mission, that they are trying to convince that person to believe in them. Or they're not understood, or they're not supported, or they're constant fights.
Okay.
And like it becomes evident to people that, Jesus Christ, I want to grow my business, but I'm spending all of this energy.
Yeah.
It's like energy outflow.
Yeah.
So then we end up working on that piece, fixing that piece before we can go and grow the business. Imagine if, for example, imagine you coming to this podcast. You need to be energized. You need to be positive. You need to have, I don't know, the mood for this.
The mood, exactly.
And what if your husband had a fight with you?
Yeah.
And it's just completely ruined your energy.
It does. And
you need to come and you need to show up and you need to work. What level of energy will you have? What will be your level of enthusiasm? Will be very close to zero. And it's very hard for women. Or all the pressures. How come you do this? You need to spend time with your children. Shame on you. You're successful. You should have been spending time on that. Like there's a lot of pressure on women on that.
Yeah, there's so many stories you can tell, because honestly, if you leave your job, let's say, to take time out for your kids, it's like, why are you doing that? And, you know, kids will be fine at school. Teachers know what they're doing. And I faced a bit of that because I did take a career break at some point, but it is tough. Whatever you do, you know, it's just got some kind of pressure and judgment attached to it. So I think we just feel it so much more, or maybe men do. I don't know.
Maybe they do. But when it comes to this, I always say, what are your values? Let's sit down. I actually had a masterclass on Friday, which is yesterday, and we worked with a group of female. The first step was to understand who you are.
Yeah.
I'm literally asking, who are you? And people come say, you know what? I'm a chartered tax advisor. I'm like, okay, that's what your profession is. But who are
your identity?
Who are you? I'm like, okay, I am, I don't know, I'm a mother. Fair enough. You are a woman who gave birth to new people.
Yeah.
But who are you? Who are you? And people struggle to answer this question because they don't know themselves.
Yeah.
Like when the baby is born, and it's very relevant to me now because I have a newborn baby. So when my son was born, I was holding him in my hands. He did not have a clue who he is until I tell him, you are a boy. Your name is Theodore.
Yeah.
You are now citizen of whatever country. And then he acquires that knowledge through my lens.
Yes.
Then he grows a bit older. And then in school, teachers are telling you, you are this, your marks are that, you are average student or you're excellent student or you're actually bad student. Or parents are telling him, don't do this, bad boy. And all of this knowledge people acquired through the lens of other people.
Yeah.
But we don't know who we are. And the short answer, and a little spoiler here, we are souls living through human experiences.
Okay.
A soul that is in the body in this body.
Yeah.
And we are living through human experiences. This is it. This is who we are. And then we can choose the experiences we want to live through. And then the experiences we live through are there for us to grow and develop, to acquire wisdom, to learn, and to pass that wisdom on to the next generation. We decide which experience is good or bad. Or we cannot attach meaning, the color. We don't have to attach the color to that experience. If you miss a bus, is it bad or good? It's just a fact you miss a bus.
Yeah.
It's not good or bad.
Okay.
Don't try to search, is there a bigger purpose? Or no, it's just the experience to shape you. And you need to be very conscious about that. What can you learn from that experience? And grow. Everything is an opportunity to grow and develop and pass the wisdom.
Okay.
So going back to the question.
No, it's a lot there. We'll probably have to, I don't know.
But the second thing is we talk about values. So once person understood they're like a soul living through life experiences or whatever their spiritual or religious background, they decide who they are. And then they write what are their values. And when you understand your values, then nobody can judge you anymore. Because you are grounded, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what is your mission. And if somebody tells you you're a bad mother, you know exactly what that is. It's just their lens. They are passing their knowledge onto you, and that knowledge can go through you and you can accept it and believe in it. Or you can just say, well, that's her view, that's her life, that's her experience, it has nothing to do with me. And the only person who can say whether you're a good mother or bad mother is your child. And not when they're children, but when they have their own children. When they have their own children, they have their own experience, then they can say, you know what, I lived through your experience and I've done it better. So, you know what, I am better mother than you are, or whatever they want to tell at that time. But that's nobody's decision what kind of mother you are. Nobody can tell that.
True.
There is no a book, there is no law, there is no script. We do the best we can.
Exactly. Do the best you can and hope, not hope for the best, like leave it, but you do the best you can, and that's all you can do, really.
That's it.
There's no perfect human. There's no perfect child either, so.
No, there's no manual. The babies don't come with the manual. They just come to life because this is the experience. They are souls living through human experiences.
There's a lot there, and I'm just trying to digest it all and make sense of it, but appreciate all the wisdom that you're imparting. We'll come back to that one maybe later, but I wanted to just move more on the aspect of money as well. So would you say it's possible to achieve financial freedom in the current economy? It's tricky. And let's say there's a bank account and there's the mind. So how do we connect the two?
I even would like to ask you this question. Do you think it's possible? Look around us. People make money out of thin air. You know this guy who does this?
Who does it?
He just, after selling rights, whatever, use it for 975 million euro. Whatever, dollars actually.
Yeah.
And what did he sell?
He was just like...
What did he sell? He sold his intellectual property. it's money out of a thin air.
Yeah.
And you're asking me, can you make money in the current economy? Hell yes. And there's so many ways to do it. Imagine 50 years ago, somebody making money on TikTok. We didn't even know about TikTok. It didn't even exist.
Yeah.
I don't even think the infrastructure for that existed.
True.
Today, we can sell our knowledge.
Okay.
Experience, knowledge, wisdom. It's so sellable. Whatever, it's a commodity. And say, for example, not everyone can go and be like a next TikToker.
Yes.
But sure, there's something you can do.
Something.
Look around you. I always tell my children, if you're bored in school, if you're sitting and you're dying out of boredom, look around you. Think what processes are not functioning.
Oh, wow.
What could you improve? Rather than sitting there and dying out of boredom, hating absolutely every single day of the school.
Yeah.
Just look around. Look for opportunities. Yeah. What could you invent? Is there something that is missing in this picture? So it's absolutely possible. And there was never a better time to do it than now.
It's the limiting beliefs, right, that hold us back. And
it's mindset.
Mindset,
It's mindset. It's limiting mindset that, oh my God, there are no jobs out there. And I remember I'll tell you a real story.
Yeah.
I studied finance and accounting in Dublin, DAT.
Yeah.
Now it's TU Dublin. And I was in my third year, at the start of my third year, before I landed a nice job for me. It was at the start. And I remember talking to a lecturer saying, you know what, when I finish university, I will work for Big Four. And she looked at me with that pity, with the sadness. And she was like, you know what? There's so many accountants. It's so hard to get a job at Big Four. And I looked at her and I was like, I will work at Big Four.
Yeah.
This is my reality. Nobody can talk me out of it. And this coming summer, I was working in Big Four as a trainee in a tax department. Okay. Because this is my reality. Yeah. This is what I believe in. Nobody can talk me out of what I believe in. Yeah. If I set intentions that, yes, I will be there. I will set the plan. I will take the actions and I will be there. And if I'm not there, well, at least I tried.
I tried.
But I will never believe somebody who will tell me, you cannot do that. I've been told it so many times, you cannot imagine. It's not possible. This is the next best thing I hear. Why it's not possible? Yeah. For you, maybe it's not possible, but not for everyone. But once you change your mindset, everything is possible. What is not possible is to bring person from grave.
Yeah.
Once person is dead, it's terminal. It's not possible. But, as long as we breathe, everything is possible. And I hope people don't hate me for that, but I believe everything is possible. And I'm very positive. I believe there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I've hit the rock bottom a few times in my life. Okay. And when that happens, I'm so happy because I know this is it. This is the end of suffering. From now on, it's only up. Only upwards. This is it. I'm at the bottom of it. Yeah. This is great. The suffering, the challenge is over. I'm going up now.
Yeah. You're in the fire, so you can only you can escape. This is now your moment to escape because you're in that valley.
This is it. Yeah. And when you are in the middle of the ocean, you have only two options. You drain or you swim.
Yeah.
And this is how I see my life. I swim.
You swim. Yeah.
And I learned it from the childhood. I learned how to keep swimming.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful. Even to teach our children how to live like that in abundance. And there's nothing that you can't do. Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Even to say those things, don't let your mouth say something that you don't want to happen in your life.
Exactly.
Let the things that come out of your mouth be what you want to see. So there's so many powerful lessons and I'm learning so much.
When my son was growing up and I literally trained him to this mentality, I would ask him a question. Can you drive a car? And he was like 10. He said, no, I can't. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but how do you know? Have you tried? And he's like, actually haven't. I was like, so the answer to this, can you drive a car, is, I don't know, I haven't tried yet. And then my husband was painting the walls because when we just came to Ireland, life wasn't walk in the park. So he had to take whatever jobs available. So he was painting the walls. And my son went to work with him. He was like, well, what is my use there? I cannot paint the wall. So I took whatever the name of that thing is. I took it and I was like, okay, take it and paint the wall. And he was like, okay, so he was painting the wall. I was like, now you can paint the wall.
Yeah.
So before saying, I can't do something, try it first.
Try it.
Try it 3 times. Try it 5 times. Try it 10 times. And then, okay, maybe you can't.
Yeah.
You know. But don't give up just because somebody told you it's not possible.
So true. Everything. Yeah, you literally, the world is full of opportunities right now, and you actually just have to step up and say, listen, I can do this. And define your own sort of success for yourself as to what will keep you happy and give you that peace and joy and that balance that you're also looking for in life. So
yeah, and you don't have to go too far. Look at Conor McGregor. He used to be unemployed.
Yeah.
He made himself.
Yeah.
Everything is possible. Once you put your mind into it and you do the work.
Yes.
Obviously, if you just sit on the couch watching Tony Robinson, and you're all hyped up, but then you don't take steps, don't take actions. Well, maybe then everything is possible a little bit later when you start making steps.
Yeah. Yeah, everything you're saying, honestly, is resonating. And even when when I think of maybe biblical context, I always go back to my faith. And it's like, don't just be hearers of the word, be doers of the word. Yes. So you can't just sit there and wait. Yeah. And what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to help orphans? Are you supposed to help widows? Do your part. Like, you can't just quote verses and quote scriptures that you don't actually do. So life is really about taking action and owning your narrative, because other people will tell you who you are, and if that's what it is, like, you'll believe them, whereas you can define what you want and what success means for you by taking those actions and steps.
Yes.
So your approach, right? I think you've mentioned it anyway, about the way you kind of run your business and the coaching, that it helps people around limiting beliefs, behaviors, and patterns around money and success. So I think we've kind of covered it in different ways, pieces, but how can we bring it back in together?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when people come to me and they look for help, we first of all set the intention, of course. What do you want to achieve? And then once we kind of are clear on what they want to achieve, it's like process improvement.
Yes.
Like I kind of approach, like, even a person from the financial and from my, for all of this background, I'm like asking, what is currently working? What is currently working?
Yeah.
Like, what is your process now? When you get paid, how do you allocate that money? Is there structure?
Yeah.
Is there discipline? And if it's, of course, money related, of course, sometimes people want to fix their relationships, although they think they want to grow their business. But if it's really money related, we look at this process. How is that money being allocated?
Yes.
From the entry point, when it hits your bank account, say, for example, if somebody is an employee, money hits their bank account, and how does it leave? Do they reinvest in themselves? How do they make sure that tomorrow is as bright as today? Do you reinvest? And if the answer is no, okay, fair enough. Do you save? Is there like a rainy day fund? And I actually don't like the rainy day fund, because if you save money for rainy day, the rainy day will come.
Yeah.
I really like to say it's just like the fund for opportunities and growth. It's the money that I will use when the time is right for whatever needs I have. And if it's going to Tony Robinson in Germany now in September, well, that's your growth. That's the growth fund.
Yeah.
Not the emergency fund.
No.
The opportunities, development, whatever you want to call it, just don't call it something negative, because you will attract it in your life.
Yes.
So then we start with money in. How you allocate it, what do you buy with this money? Is it that you're buying something that you cannot afford? Do you budget your money? And then we look at the soft skills, your beliefs.
Okay.
What do you believe? What do you know? Where do you learn it about money? Who told you that money needs to be earned through a tough work? Who told you that? Whose experience is that?
And laboring.
Yeah, whose experience is that? That you need to sell your time for money? Where did you learn this? And then we kind of uncover layer by layer. Some people have, for example, I had a client who said that if I get rich, I will not be accepted by my tribe. Like I will have to leave my tribe because then I become rich and they're not rich, or so that I will not fit in anymore. So imagine somebody wanting to grow when they have that belief that if they get rich, they will not be accepted by their family. Of course, they will self-sabotage themselves because there is internal conflict, you know?
Yeah.
And when I talk to people, when we work together, I ask, what do you need this money for? Because money is not the goal.
No.
If I put like 1 million euro on this table for you, it's just a bunch of paper.
Paper, yeah.
It means nothing. It's just paper. It's what you do with that money, what matters.
Yeah.
How are you going to allocate it? How are you going to use it? You know, so this is what I'm asking my clients. Why do you need the money in the first place? Why do you want to be successful? Why are you here? What do you want? And I have one client who said that she's from Dagestan and they're Muslim, and women are still forced to get married at the age of 15, 16, 14. So they have that culture. And she escaped it.
Yeah.
She now lives in Georgia. That's where I met her. And I'm asking her, what is your drive? What is your motivation for success? And she tells me, I cannot go back to my country. I cannot be a failure. I need to succeed. And I'm like, do you realize that your drive is fear?
Fear.
You're running out of fear. You're running away, not towards. So we were able to define her why.
Okay.
So at the end, she came up with this, I want to be successful so I can show other women in my country that there is another option available to them, that they don't need to get married at 15.
Okay.
They can be self-sufficient, successful. They can choose their life, choose their fate. And she was like, there was a huge shift in her body, she said.
Okay.
She felt so energized and more free when she had that kind of why, rather than I cannot go back to my country because I will be perceived as total failure. You see, that's out of fear.
Fear driven.
And now new why is out of empowerment, out of
purpose.
The power, purpose, mission. She wants to show to other women. But it's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
She's an artist. She's a singer. She used to have her own school.
Okay.
She's doing the same thing. It's just the driver is different. It's like petrol is different.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we work through that. We work with the why, with the what, and the how. The how is the easiest.
Yeah.
How you get from A to B, this is where I am.
Can map that out.
This is where I am helping them. But understanding who you are, what are your values, the choices you make out of knowing your values, the financial behaviors, the financial beliefs, and then your drive, your petrol. What's your petrol?
Okay.
And then the how is easy. The how is just strategic. It's action after action after action. It's the software that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
The software is, the mindset.
The mindset, the wiring. Yeah. Just, as they say, changing the neural paths of the brain, and so much work there.
And just seeing the same thing differently.
Yeah, that is an amazing story as well of just how change, even change in location can bring about change in your life. Like, there's like I'm saying, there's so much more I could say, but we probably going to run out of time. So yeah, probably we have to come back to this topic because there's so many aspects to it, honestly, like
endless.
I want to move on to another segment just on the area of faith and money, and just how we use money and like the spiritual side. So would you say that the way we use our money reflects our spiritual values? So let's say in a verse in Luke 12, verse 34, it says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be as well. So do you have any thoughts around that? Is that, I suppose there is a lot of different verses as well. Like even when whatever comes out of your heart is, whatever comes out of your mouth is what's in your heart. So just different things like that, where how do we merge them with money mindset, or is it really our hearts and what's our hearts are speaking to our minds and making the wrong decisions for us, or what's really going on?
So first of all, it's a beautiful verse, and it's just couldn't be more truth. It's just amazing, and I see this as a driver towards the light.
Yeah.
That whole verse is just bringing light to the picture. And just say you have this 1 million on this table.
Yeah.
On its own, it's just paper. But how you use this paper reflects your values.
Okay.
What kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Do you take this money and do stuff that destroys you, destroys the world, has negative effect?
Yeah.
Or do you take that money and bring good, bring positive energy, do good things? Like somebody who runs a business, they employ people. They help them to pay mortgages. Families. They go on a vacation. They help to pay employees in that places. They create all of this positive energy around money. Or somebody who buys, I don't know, we don't want to go dark, really dark, but somebody who goes and spends that money.
Just philanthropy or something, I suppose.
Philanthropy is amazing. You helping people, you creating good, you showing good vibes.
Yeah.
But some people use this money in the dark. And that reflects your values.
Yeah.
Who you are is how you spend your money, and that tells you who you are. If
That's
we look
sad,
at the
though.
Vegas, look at the Vegas, how people spend their money there, or like regular folks here, they create business, help people, give money to charity. Of course, it reflects your values.
It does.
And you don't need to be a super saint,
No.
But your question is, does use of money reflect your values? And the answer is, of course, yes. That's how you use it. That's how you allocate it. That's what you do with it.
Yeah, that's powerful.
What good can you do with your money?
What good can you do? Yeah. Money even is spiritual, I'd say, because I guess maybe I'm not sure how relevant it is in like a European landscape, but like, let's say sometimes, how can I put it? If transacting with money can be spiritual, would you say that, like, let's say putting your money into something bad, do you think it reaps bad results in your life, if that makes sense?
Are you talking about karma now?
Not karma as such, but
I believe that anything you do creates energy, whether it's money, whether it's just any actions, the words you use. Every movement that you make creates an energy. And the energy you give out, this is the energy you will get back.
Okay.
It's like a mirror in front of you.
Yeah.
The energy you give in, you get out.
Back. Yeah.
If you do something, if you lie to somebody, don't be surprised if somebody lies to you. And that's what I teach my children. I say, if you do good, good will come back.
Good will come back.
If you do bad, bad will come back. Because I had a period of life when my daughter used to lie about everything. And was like, absolutely not necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't even punish her. Like I'm like a perfect because I grew up in different environment, and I'm like, I developed from it. I was like, I will never be hard on my children. So I'm this amazing mother who doesn't even punish. The worst punishment for my daughter is that she cannot watch cartoons. That was not the punishment I used to get. And I teach her, if you lie to me, somebody will lie to you.
And you
opening the door for negative energy. And it goes for money, goes for actions, goes for everything. Because in every spiritual development book I read, they say money is just energy. It's nothing else. It's just energy. And it's all around you. And whatever you give, you get back.
Yeah.
So if you use this money for good, it comes back to you, and it comes in multiplied. Like I have this trick. I will teach you a little bit about that trick I use. When I go on the streets and when I see a little coin, I always pick it up.
Okay.
Always, because this represents financial energy. I pick this up. And
even a 1 cent coin?
Even a 1 single coin, even 1 cent.
Yeah.
I take that coin and say, money loves me and comes to me from everywhere. It's like a little mantra I use.
Okay.
And I take this coin, 1 cent, it's dirty, wet, whatever. I take it and I say, money loves me and comes to me from everywhere, from different sources. And I have a special jar at my house.
Oh.
I bring this one little coin and I put that in that jar and I say, this is the house for financial energy. Come more to here. And like, I have a huge jar. Like literally, everywhere I go, to the States, to Istanbul, wherever I go, I find coins and I say, financial energy comes to me from this country. And then I have clients from there. I swear to God, like I have American clients, I have clients from Georgia, from everywhere, from Latvia, they just come to me because this is what I say. This is my mantra. That financial energy flows into my life.
Yeah. You are in a state of abundance. You don't lack anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Serafima, like you have a lot of different pearls of wisdom, and I'm also just like, okay, I need to just soak it all in and also apply some, different techniques to my own sort of finances. So I suppose just wrapping up, what I wanted to just ask is that just poverty cycles and trying to break generational, generational poverty, let me say, or just change that narrative. Would you say that, like, would you even see yourself as someone like that? Because when I'm looking at you, that's kind of what I see, someone who broke a generational pattern and broke a certain narrative around hardship or around decisions even. Is that part of the money journey? And what's your take on that?
Well, the generational poverty is nobody's fault. It's a systemic thing.
Okay.
But every person who finds themselves in this cycle or circle or this locked thing, they can get out of it.
Okay.
By making one simple decision that I will not be defined by the circumstances around me.
Yeah.
And there is no better place than Ireland for that.
Yeah.
The system in Ireland is just so amazing to getting out of poverty. I used to work with homeless and there's so much support for them. Yeah. You cannot imagine. The government backs them up, helps them, finds the house for them. Like I've never seen something like that in my country. And I lived in few countries. I've never seen anything like that in other countries. Or, for example, I give you my example. When I came here to Ireland, I used to work as a, catering assistant, and then kitchen porter, and then daily assistant, you name it. I used to do all of this wonderful work. It was really hard. It paid little, and it was a really challenging part of my life.
Yeah.
And then one day I was like, I actually worked in PwC at the time in their canteen.
Okay.
Making sandwiches for all these educated, smart people, going around with all these huge books, legislations, tax law. And I was like, oh my God, this is wonderful. I need to ask, what do they do? How do they get here where I am serving them? And they're just looking all sleek and nice suits with all this. And I was like, I need to get here as well. I want to be one of them.
Yeah.
So I asked people, what do they actually do? How did they get here? And some people were like not very kind of open to talk to a daily assistant who couldn't put two words together in English, because at the time my English wasn't that good. Yeah. So I was like, tell me, what's the secret? Tell me, what's the story? How did you get there? And few people were very nice to me. And they told me, and they said, you know what? I did financial accounting, whatever that. And then I went to this school, I went to this university. And I was like, sure, I can do that. So I applied to a university to study accounting and finances. And I got admitted. I didn't have any help from the government. I paid myself. Yeah. But I know people who did. In my work, when I found a job later, there was a lady. Her husband left her. Okay. And she was with one child. I can't remember, one child they had in common. So he left her and she was like, very good. I have a little child and no job, no nothing. The government helped her. They paid for her house, they paid her whatever food, the whatever social welfare, and they paid for her university. So she went back to college, and that's where we met, later in the career. But going back to my story, I was in the university, and somebody from the lecturers, they saw me struggling, and like, you know what? You actually can apply for a grant for your child to go to after school. you know?
Yeah.
And I applied for the grant, and the university gave me the grant. So my child was in after school when I was in lectures. And then lecturers helped me to change my classes so that I can collect him.
Yeah.
So everyone was so supportive. So supportive. People were so supportive. System in Ireland is amazing. If you are unemployed for generations or your parents were on social welfare, there is so much help in Ireland. And I went to university. They helped me with the school, the after school for my child. And when I finished, I paid all of that in my first tax year. Because in taxes, I paid all of it.
Yeah.
4 years. For 4 years in college, I had after school paid by the school, by the university. Maybe the second year, because in the first year I was earning as little as the catering assistant when I worked in that PwC building. But then with time, I just paid all of it back in taxes.
Okay.
So there is huge support for people. And if they need help, it is available out there, especially in this country. I don't know how in other countries, but this is an amazing place.
Wow, that's amazing to say, and just powerful words as well, because that is part of what we're saying. The fabric of Ireland is what is the, dynamics, what's the culture, what's the society, it's a land of opportunity, I'd say. There's so much kindness. People are, people have been good. I can't speak ill because all I've seen is the goodness of God in my life when I've been here in Ireland. So that's all I know. And it's powerful to kind of reflect on that as well, like how, people could see you're struggling and they help you. They don't just kind of leave you. So with that said, what has healed your soul about Ireland, and what would you say is part of the fabric of Ireland?
So I think this is a very great place. It's very calm. You don't have the same pressures as in my country.
Yeah.
Like I came here all stressed that I need to make living without understanding how will my tomorrow look like. In Ireland, it's very clear. There's a lot of clarity here because you put work in, you get dividends out.
Yeah.
It's like you're safe. This is a safe place and it's financially stable. And it gives me a lot of stability, if you want to call it that way. And if you're balanced and if you're relaxed, then you can use all of your energy towards doing the things that matter to you, towards your mission. You can do your business and you can sleep soundly. You don't need to worry about that. The taxation system is amazing here. The social welfare system is amazing here. Like everything is just so structured. And even the spirit in this place is so calm.
Yeah.
Like, yes, of course, there is stress.
Yes.
But people are so relaxed here.
Yeah.
Compared to my country and compared to other countries where I have been. For example, I was in the States. 1 year I went there on the conference for diversity and inclusion. And in the taxi, I would ask, the taxi drivers, it's the real people who are there, not the people I meet at the conference, all in the suits, all fancy, but the real people, the people who work in the cafe, the people who drive the taxi. And the taxi driver told me that he works minimum 60 hours to put ends together. Yeah, imagine the pressure. Yeah. If you do the maths, it's like 12 hours a day. If you work 5 days a week. Can you work 12 hours a day? And I was like, how do you work? And he was like, I have one job, which is like 40 hours a day, a week, sorry. And then I have a second job. And he was like, some people have 3 jobs. Oh my God. Imagine the stress. Imagine what abundance are we talking about if people are forced to work that way? In Ireland, no. It's nice, it's steady, it's certain, it's peaceful.
It's peaceful.
It's really peaceful here. And I was accepted with open arms here, and people are really nice and helpful. Yeah. And I cannot speak ill, like you just said. I like, of course, there were some people, but you find them everywhere. It's not a reflection on the nation. No. People are really warm and welcoming, and they want to help you.
They want to help.
Like one day I met a guy who knew me for a few whatever days, and I shared that I am accepted to the university, and I don't have money to pay for it. And he was like, "Okay, how much are you short?" And I was like, "It's just 500 euro. I don't know where to get it." He was like, "I'll give it to you." Wow. I'm like, "Excuse me?" He literally gave me 500 euro, and he said, "You can pay me back when you can."
You can.
was like, but there was no string attached, no nothing. We met at the language exchange group. He was learning my language and I was learning English. So he was like, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I was like, wow. And I was so grateful to the universe because I believe that what's in your mind, what's in your soul, you project it out. And this is the people you meet around you.
Okay.
So if you have a good heart, you meet good people.
Okay.
If you have good intentions, you meet people with good intentions.
Good intentions. Yeah. God directs you in the way you should go. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Serafima, that's been amazing. I've enjoyed chatting to you so much. Honestly, it's so much wisdom, so much knowledge. I've kind of absorbed a lot, and hopefully we can have a follow-up or have different conversations as well, just because, there's endless topics to explore.
A lot in it. Yeah, a lot. I would love that. That.
So that will bring us to the end of this episode. I'm so thankful to my guest Serafima for joining me today. It was amazing having a chat with her and just learning some of the techniques she applies with her clients. And understanding the fabric of Ireland is really what this podcast is about. So catch all the episodes on YouTube or Spotify. And Serafima, is there any information you want to share for people who may want to reach you or have a chat with you?
Yeah, so if you feel lost and you don't know where kind of start with your journey, whether you're coming from the generation of poverty or whether you want to grow your business, I'm here for you.
Okay.
Just I've got you, And you can find me on LinkedIn. I think Caroline will leave my link to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I don't have a website yet, but it's not the key in this business.
So my website is coming.
It's upcoming. Yes, it's in development. It's in development.
So yes, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching and see you on our next episode.